Hello lovelies, welcome to the channel. Today I have a 12 by 12 scrapbook layout for you. It's been a while since I've actually done one that hasn't been for a design team. So this was a nice change. So recently you would have seen a haul video of mine where I got the new, what's the collection called again? Give me a second, I will remember. Here we go. I got the new, that's right, Wild Child collection by Paislee. I got the boy version. And I really wanted to give it a go, and I love the bright blues and greens in this collection. I love bright colours, and when I printed off my Project Life pictures for week 4, I have 4 photos that are for layout. So I go through all my photos and I print out, I get all the photos together that I want, and then I sort them out that, so they'll fit into a Project Life spread. And then if I have extras that I want to do layouts of, I print them off as well, and then I put them in their little sleeves so I know where they go. Otherwise I just lose track of the photos that I want to scrapbook. So that's what I did, and I had 4 on my desk ready to go, so I picked one. So to start, all I did was I went through the collection. I was having a look to see if I could use it for this photo, and I picked my background piece of paper, which was this bright green. But I wanted to make a space for my photo, and I knew I was going to use some of the 6x6 papers from the paper pad, but I really wanted something to jump off this bright green, and I thought, what better way than to slap down some gesso. So I'm using the white gesso as sort of a matte for my photo, and I love the messy look that that I ended up with. I used one of my silicone brushes to apply it, just haphazardly all over the place. And then I got some really cool little stringy bits in there too. It was really thick gesso in those areas, and I really wanted them to hold their shape, which of course they don't, because I'm too impatient to wait for it to dry. But in the end, I like it. I'm really happy with it. So with the leftover gesso I had on my brush, I just scooped it onto my backing sheet, added some water so I could throw some splatters around, because I really love that messy look, especially when a paint is involved. So I was going for, more mess on my page. So when I tend to do white backgrounds, I really go heavy on the mixed media, but when I use pattern paper, I don't tend to do a lot of mixed media. Like I might do something like this with paint or gesso in this case, and that's pretty much it. So I've got to get my mixed media fix in with my splatters and my messy paint application. So now I'm just going to back my photo, and I've gone through the paper pad, and I found some paper, only really one, because the rest were some really bold colours, and I didn't want to go outside the blue and the green, because this picture was taken at the beach. So we were at Kira Beach. We'd just gone to the beach, and now we were going to go into Pizza Hut for dinner. So the boys got changed, and they were just hanging out on this really cool rock, and being the natural scrapbooker that I am, they looked really cute, so I had to take a photo. So I've got the beautiful beach in the background, and my 2 boys actually looking at the camera, which is a rarity in itself. So I really wanted to scrap this picture. So I'm just going to adhere this straight down to my gesso. Not 100% sure if the tape's gonna hold. If not, I may have to go back and use, I should have used gel medium, that's what I should have used. But for now it's working. So then I'm gonna go through all this ephemera and make a little cluster down the bottom. In all honesty, I had no clue where I was going with this. I wasn't even sure if I was going to be able to use any of these embellishments. I just really liked the paper, and I knew I wanted to do a big bold splodge of gesso in the middle to make that photo really stand out. But apart from that, I didn't really have a plan. But as I'm going through the ephemera, I'm finding some nice pieces like the Wild and Free in those blue and greens. So the Wild and Free and the Curious and Clever, I felt sort of went with the photo. I didn't like the hole in the Curious. I could have just cut it off, but in the end I decided to cover it up with some of those puffy stickers, which you will see in a minute. So in the end, I'm really happy with the way my cluster turned out. Sometimes with photos, this orientation especially, I struggle with embellishing, and especially the more boyish photos. I know that it's really good that all of these boyish collections are coming out now, and it is getting much easier. But like for this instance, yeah, I couldn't really find a lot in the ephemera to use, so I just went with one little cluster. Normally I have like one down the bottom, one up the top, but in the end I decide to just go with the one, and I'm using those puffy stickers. I also end up using some of the there's in the alpha set that I use, there's little chevrons. I love chevrons, and I decided to use some of those. I was going to try and use a title from the thicker collection that comes with this set, but in the end none of them really matched my photo, so I just went to my favorite thicker set, which is, I don't even know what they're called. Do they have a name? Hang on, they should. Gilded, is that right? Yes, they're oh well, you'll see in a minute. They're these black chipboard, and they're my absolute favorite. So to also go with my layout, I decided to do a hand-drawn border in my favorite black pen and do some fake stitchy scribbles on the sides. I just find that helps the layout. Well, one, it's bringing in the black from my title, but two, it also acts as another form of embellishment. Like I was saying, I didn't do an embellishment cluster up the top there, but I have that little stitched fake stitching area that's sort of, it works. So in the end, that's my layout. So I'm just adding my title. Now these are my favorite thickers. They're actually pretty hard to get now, and I will mention, if you do happen to use them, always use extra glue, which of course I didn't do, so I'm going to have to go back and glue them down, because they do have a bad habit of coming loose in the future. They don't stick very well long term, so always use extra glue with these ones. And then I'm just going to add a few more little sprinkles of some enamel stars and things that I have, and then that's going to be it for my layout. So it was a very quick layout today, but I really just wanted to get this photo scrapbooked, and I really wanted to play with this collection. So thanks for watching, and I'll be back real soon with a new video. Bye for now.